Alright, so just continuing on with our intermediate. We have now reached the modern era, right? Where we've moved past Renaissance Industrial, now we're into kind of the modern era. With the big thing being, again, right? Because we had gotten radio, didn't use our Oxford because, again, there was no real reason to burn it at the time. Again, we had gone chemistry fertilizer, again, for a more advanced guide or playthrough, these two techs aren't as necessary, but given this is a more intermediate guide and you aren't min-maxing your cities, I think it's actually a pretty decent idea to tech chemistry and fertilizer in, what would you call it, lieu, or I don't want to say in lieu of, but again, in route to plastics. And again, the big thing and reason why we stopped at electricity and radio, and then at this point is because that's when you have that decision point to, alright, do I go straight for plastics? Do I do cavalry? Do I go up the top of the tree? Again, you know, and then especially when we get plastics, then potentially pushing for atomic theory. But we'll see, and that'll bring us to atomic era. But again, the whole point of this guide is to be a base, right? And to kind of act as a point to where any, like, adjustment you make should come from this base. So, like, anything else, right? And any sort of attack. And what I'll do is, once I hit plastics, because I'll probably end it, honestly, chances are what's going to happen is I'll do plastics into atomic theory. And then I'll end it there, and then kind of go into... Because once you reach atomic theory and atomic era, that's when you start to look into specific victory types, whether it is science, whether it is tourism, whether it is diplomacy, and that'll probably be something I go over in the next one. So chances are, in this part, I'm probably just going to push for atomic theory, and then end it, and then go more into, alright, and then go more into other stuff in the next, video, right? And again, so we finished factory in this city. However, because we have fertilizer and we are sending food, right? Again, you know, yeah, show the queue, right? So obviously these cities all stuff. Again, we tried to get the one wonder and then we didn't get it, so, you know, kind of losses now. We're just gonna get stock exchange for the extra gold.
There never was a good night.
Again, still we can get whatever. Yeah, just do that because we are improving our very last cocoa. So, and then again, we should get whatever engineer for Broadway and probably hit that up after stock exchange. So it works out. Wonderful, and we're still not in first. That goes to Sejong, but obviously we are very much beating out Sejong in terms of pretty much everything else. And that's why it's like, the big thing is, yeah, India, I really want to get an embassy so I can see where their last city is. It's definitely like south somewhere. I just want to see where it is. But again, a thing that point out and note there, and again, something I talked about is... What would you call it? Shoot, what... Am I, like... Do I have amnesia or something? What the fuck am I talking about? I don't know. What was Jesus Christ. But... Where the fuck... I swear to God, I must have amnesia or something. Oh yeah, so now... Honestly... Alright, some of these wonders low-key... Maybe I try to push some of these wonders before the stock exchange. So again, oh yeah, I was gonna say, again, we didn't greed wonders early on. Again, we focused on more developing, but now that we kind of also, there's a barb camp here, so let me go deal with that. But I was gonna say, I can even bring this guy to help deal with that. So again, but it's something to where, obviously now it's just kind of like, yeah, so let's do something like this, right? And then this. So just... Yeah, because now our borders are expanding pretty far out, so we don't really need to worry about barbs. Like, even this guy, you know, I can just put on this hill. So, but again, right? But now that we can't, now that it's later on, we kind of can. So Taj Mahal, I don't really want Himeji Castle or Red Fort, but like Taj Mahal or Big Ben would be good. So, am I stupid? Why did I think Taj Mahal? Is it because we already put production into this? I don't know. Well, I guess at the end of the day, it's still going to be however long. And I guess, to be fair, we get Statue of Liberty in a few turns, so we probably don't want to waste our, what would you call it? Engineer on Broadway. But we may, I was going to say we may generate one, but who knows, right? We'll see. Just, I'd say go for Taj Mahal for now. Again, since we have the, you know, just kind of spare production. So, you know. Alright, so yeah, we can just, you know, oh my god, that's crazy. Our scouts somehow made it all the way back. That is actually low-key kind of insane. Yeah, that's low-key kind of insane that our scout, like, made it all the way back. It can definitely still explore down here. I don't know why it hasn't, but yeah, block this in so we can just kill that. That's low-key kind of insane, though, not even gonna lie. Like, that our scout made it all the way back. That's actually pretty funny, though. So yeah, go push for the Taj Mahal, see if we can get it. If not the end of the world. Again, I wouldn't push for anything more, but again, the only person, and this is more of a single player thing, because, you know, what would you call it? I also can't go into their territory, so please, I don't know why where the fuck is this guy going? Because, I don't know. Yeah, and then just bring this guy back, but again, right? And then, so, honestly, what I might do, how many turns of production did I put into this? Now might be the time to get, like, banks and opera houses in these cities. So, like, for example, you know, bank, opera house, so, Coliseum, like, I don't think it's, yeah, it's not really worth getting a Coliseum. So, honestly, banks, so, even, like, a harbor. Did we already put a turn of production into harbor? I guess we did on accident, but, you know, again, right? I just don't think, like, Coliseum isn't really that useful. So, yeah, just push for banks so we can up our gold. Again, we are pushing for also, now that fine enough we can actually get the Grand Temple. So, yeah, chances are we're not going to push for Big Ben, but we can push for some other stuff. You know, as well as if we, yeah, Opera House, right? So, at some point. So, yeah. So, not going to push for the Big Ben. Just push that off the list now that we have more stuff to build. But again, Taj Mahal, if we can get it, you know, chances are we might not be able to get it. But it is what it is, right? So, industrial. So, again, are we the only one in, like, modern? Like, I'm actually kind of curious. So, yeah, I think China killed it with their, like, shot, right? So, yeah, just move this here. Again, you know, and then policy, right? We're going to finish rationalism. Free tech. We could have timed that better, but, I mean, again, you know, so just honestly, steam powers in 2 turns, so we can just push this into, like, dynamite if we really wanted to. So, again, just throwing that out there, right? Yeah, so again, right, it's just kind of like, yeah, don't think it's worth building, like, this was the only city we built a Coliseum in, right? So, yeah. Oh, wine for cocoa, yeah. And yeah, so Zhang is like a very heavily science, you know, what would you call it? It's like a science civ. So, great writer. and then faith purchase.
Not that I
So we got our engineer out, and this is going to be for Statue of Liberty, because that is, again, as a Frida, it's also like, this is also unironically one of the most powerful wonders in the game, because we also get a production per specialist, right? So again, you know, also unfortunately our super like culture ran out from the World's Fair. However, we're just going to be putting, at this point, we have tradition finished. We did our mid policy of commerce, rationalism finished. We're just going to be putting policies into freedom at this point. So I'm not going to lie. I think this, I have no idea where this scout is going. Honestly, I'm just going to unautomate this in like, I'm literally going to unautomate this scout and then just, I have no idea where this scout's going. I'm just going to unautomate it and then manually scout for like the rest of the game. So again, so yeah, we had our great engineer, so this is going to be for again, that's just going to be for, and then yeah, we got Opera House after this. So yeah, Opera House after this, bank, and so yeah, this city's kind of behind, but it's also like really the only other thing we need, and this is Oxfording plastic, right? So, or plastics. So again, the big thing there is, yeah, we'll need to time us finishing. So chances are we'll probably get the Grand Temple after the Taj Mahal, and then boot up Oxford after that. So again, and that'll get us to plastics, and then basically just a big thing is so one turn for this. I don't know if, I mean, honestly, one turn, we can probably afford, all right, this city can only really get its bank. Honestly, I might value, because here's the thing, if we get opera houses in all the cities, that'll give us Hermitage in the cap. So I think I can afford to, like, granted, I'm still going to Oxford plastics, but again, these cities can be like 1 or 2 turns behind on starting the research lab in order to get these opera houses out. So again, so rather than put production in the bank, we'll just put production into the opera house. So that makes sense to me. Also, yeah, we should get Taj Mahal, which is nice. So yeah, and that was kind of, it was kind of a greedy wonder, but it's also like, so what we can do is hold on, something like this. So, but also, again, right? So yeah, this guys can heal. Again, Knight can upgrade into Cavalry. I just have these cities kind of, honestly, because yeah, 150, I don't have the gold to, but again, we kind of don't need to worry about barb spawning because our cities have kind of fleshed out, but yeah, so 3, 4, this should go down a bit once we actually grow to it, but again, just once this stuff is done and we're done with that, we will get, again, we'll Oxford Plastics and get research labs in RCs, and then that's really kind of the last major, and then yeah, let's befriend. Honestly, because we're good on happiness, let's just go to Panama City. So yeah, we'll go to Panama City, right? Yeah, so 4, 4, 2. I don't know why this city is. We can probably get a Coliseum after. This city, 1, 2, 1. We can honestly do something like this. Yeah, that works out best. Especially since we are gonna engineer, again, you know, Statue of Liberty, right? So, yeah, this works out. Yeah, I don't know why this city's ahead, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it has to do with our golden age, but again, since we didn't use Oxford for radio, right? Again, we looked and said, yeah, we'll use it for, what would you call it? We'll use it for, plastics, right? Which is another good bet. So, yeah, 6 turns, but in actuality, we'll get that for free. And again, we have more wonders, but no point in, like, reading, unless we get the engineers, of course, but, and again, because it's a completely unfair trade deal, we're not going to do it. So, and again, free tech, plastics. So, oh, I accidentally. So let me do this stuff so far, right? So Statue of Liberty, engineer, right? And then again, obviously I have stuff after it, so, but yeah, so choose research. So now again, and we're just gonna push atomic theory. So, you know, and then from there, I'll end this part and I'll go over it because once you get plastics into atomic theory, that's when you, at least at an intermediate level, because obviously there's stuff you can do beforehand, but at an intermediate level, this is, once you reach, because you get uranium, Manhattan Project, and then Academy Science Yield, as well as just atomic. The big thing from there on out, and kind of that point, is that's when you start to look at, also, yeah, so hold on. So I can put research labs into all the Cs again. So yeah, Opera House. Honestly, I can even get the harbor too. And then, yeah, and then this city, yeah, it's only 3 turns, but I'll get the Opera House first, and then potentially even Hermitage. But again, the big thing is, at this point, atomic theory, plastics into atomic theory, that's when you start to look at, all right, what, like, that's when you start to, I'd say, really kind of push your victory time. Because at that point, you kind of have all the buildings you need. Like, research labs are the last, like, buildings you kind of need. Also, another great engineer, that's nice. I see India just sold an Arshi city. Has this, alright, this scout's fully scouted. I'm going to send it south. I'm just doing it manually because it doesn't want to agree. So policy, right? Also, you get a free policy from it, which is nice. For this, honestly, landmarks and great persons. So this will buff our academies. And then we also got another great engineer. So again, after this, we can probably engineer Cristo Redentor or Broadway. Honestly, we can probably hard build Broadway. But, you know, Cristo Redentor. I guess the big thing is our next engineer is 1,670. I guess here's the thing, though. We just need one in time for a Hubble. I guess kind of the question is, would I bank on being able to get an engineer by that point? Probably. Yeah, I should probably be able to get an engineer. Seems kind of greedy, but... And then obviously stock exchange, right? Yeah, so this city still doesn't have a bank, but this city we can throw a stock exchange, you know. Again, I guess, yeah, just the big thing there, though, is that... Yeah, we'll just need one in time for, honestly, yeah, get the Cristo Redentor. Just use it on the more kind of expensive one. So, again, horrible deal. And again, open bore is only really relevant for tourism. Alright, again, research labs, 779. So yeah, 7 turns. And also Hermitage we can add. So yeah, I think Hermitage before Research Lab. That makes sense. But yeah, we can just... Honestly, it's really reduced by 10%. It's really not that good. I honestly think I'd rather get Broadway. Like... Because, I mean, Brandenburg, like, yeah, none of this. But it's also, like, again, the thing is, if I do, I'll just build it on my own. Because I'm not going to build Himeji, not going to build Red Fort. Big Ben, not even really, right? So, not even, like, Brandenburg. So, I mean, honestly, yeah, just do this. Because, I mean, chances are I can just build Cristo on my own time. Assign delegates. These are both horrible deals. Honestly, I'm just going to stop committing because at this point it's obsolete. Yeah, you know, also so. And then now we're friends with them, so we're getting bonus food. And again, Panama City and Malacca are the ones we're pushing to get because they are like our neighboring city states. So again, yeah, we'll do this into Hermitage, which actually works out really well. Again, you know, into the research lab and stock exchange. So, and then those are really kind of the last buildings that we need. So let's see, Hermitage, right? Yeah, both of them failed. That's actually a perfect outcome there. Also, I'm actually curious is, oh wow, yeah, we are fucking front. Are we gonna inadvertently, we might inadvertently win tourism. Korea's, that's crazy that we're gonna like, and especially since, okay, that's kind of, Jesus Christ, alright. I'm just gonna, okay, unironically, this crossbow might just one-shot our scout, which is kind of funny. Do we have Embarkation? I'm gonna try to just go the long way around. Yeah, that's funny that we might inadvertently win tourism. I find that pretty funny. So, yeah, I just want to throw that out there, that we might inadvertently win tourism against the AI. Oh, alright, I'm just gonna go the long way around, and then scout down here, and then probably delete the scout. So, I really do kind of find that funny. And again, these research labs are really the last buildings like that we need. So, okay, now it's kind of a troll because this thing is 100% gonna just pillage our shit. Yeah, it's kind of a troll that the city state still has like that. There's like still barbed camps spawning. Like that just kind of sucks. So, okay, this is his cap. All right, good. And this is like max explo, so just delete this. So I swear, I was like, yeah, where is their cap? But again, so alright, yeah, that's kind of a troll that, you know, alright, and then, yeah, just scout down there and I'll delete that. So, and then, yeah, so this is going to go to this scout, or this cold, that, and I'll force, alright, the city's already working it, but, and again, so the city, it has its, and again, we're still working all our specialists, right? Honestly, don't save up, just save all the way for a great engineer. I don't think we could, I think we get more out of that at this point, so. And we should have another great engineer, I believe. We can use that great engineer for a Cristo. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that works out, so. Let's see. Yeah, and obviously we are winning in the science game. Wow, holy crap, 3 city states want that. And then just manually go to improve this tile. I can fuck up China's trade network by pillaging this. That would be like the funniest thing. But, again, hold off, because this is a triple city state quest, so I really want to grab that. So, you know. Again, this is, so, honestly, going to the cap is still good, because I have one going to Hsia and Beshbalik. I could, whatever, what would you call it, in 8 turns, Turfan to Karakoram, I can probably send that from Karakoram to Turfan. And again, right, so I will say, though, any other scientists I get from here on out, I'll probably just save for academies and bulbing. So, zoos we might need. I hate to say it. Just throw them in the queue, just in case. I guess this city doesn't even have the Coliseum just yet, but. So this city, we should get an engineer soon that I can use for Cristo. So, what I'll do is I'll probably just build Big Ben in the meantime. So, yeah, I'll engineer Cristo, build Big Ben in the meantime. So we're getting it after a stock exchange, which works out. So, and then just build the Manhattan Project. So, or Himeji, yeah. So we got Himeji, but that wasn't one we were. So, can we just kill this thing? All right, that's nice because yeah, that is absolutely clutch. That 3, you know, C-states wanted that. So. Yeah, just move our shit back. So, and yeah, so again, now we're getting research labs and RCs in time with atomic theory. So, and then when I'm done with Big Ben, yeah, what I'll do is also we can get the Musicians Guild too, as well as honestly even the Artist Guild, as opposed to Big Ben. Nah, let's push for Big Ben. And then we can get the Musicians Guild after that, right? Honestly, we can, but Zoo, I'd say that's like a very last priority, right? So, again, you know, and as you can see, what's kind of happening now is our game is like evening out. Like, we're basically in line, like our science is in line with our production, right? And that is due to kind of everything we've been doing this game. So, again, right? But anyway, so, and whenever we get atomic theory, that's when I'm going to end this this part. So, all right, yeah, that is, and again, we have an infantry. Funny enough, this single infantry could probably conquer like the entire world. Just put this cavalry back in the cap, and then put this infantry like just on this hill. Because now, like, this unit's unironically probably more advanced than anything that the AI has. That's really clutch that we actually got, like, alliance with those 2 C-states because of that. And again, we just need Malika now. So, and yeah, so we have the stock exchange. So now we're just going for Big Ben, right? So we'll go for Big Ben. Because we should get an engineer for Cristo, and then I'll probably just build a Manhattan Project. So, again, right? And yeah, again. So all our cities are getting their research labs up. I find that hilarious that we might inadvertently win, tourism without even trying for it. And again, so now we can go for bonus culture, right? Again, just have this guy chill on the hill. What we can do here is next turn, I'll engineer Cristo. Can't really do anything in one turn for now. I guess just putting our turn into Big Ben. And again, these cities have all... And what's nice is these cities are working all their slots too. And this A obviously still needs to get it, but... Yeah, just have this guy chill in the cap. So again, in our last one, which will be Turfan the Karakorum, what I'll do is honestly, Turfan's doing pretty good. But, yeah, so I think I'll just keep that as a third one to the cap. It's just Hia and Vespalik honestly kind of needed them, so... Yes. Okay, so this isn't a city-state quest, but there is a camp down here, so... So yeah, Hia kind of needs that, So yeah, what we can do... Okay, my mouse died. Hold on. Yeah, move Cristo up. Engine... That really didn't get down to one turn. That's actually low-key kind of such a troll. Yeah, do this. That is actually such a troll, not even gonna lie. And yeah, this engineer that I'm saving up for, that engineer will be for Hubble, right? And now we can go back to science. I just think that's such a troll. So Spy's been recruited, and this will be... We can put this in... These 2 C states are definitively ours. Lhasa, I don't really care about religious. I mean, at the end of the day, here's the thing. We're not going to get anything off of AI, so I might as well, let me move my 2 spies. Move to Almaty and Hong Kong. So, yeah, Hong Kong. And then I can move it from my cap to Almaty. Just because it's like we're not gaining anything otherwise. So, again, if I were still behind in tech, and so this is going to mark the last turn for, yeah, this is going to mark the last turn for our modern era portion of this. So again, right? And going into the atomic. But the big thing we need to look at now, and you can kind of see the point we're at in the game. Again, we're just snowballing from here on out, right? Which is how you want it set up. What we need to decide now, though, and this is where this decision point kind of launches off. If you hadn't made this decision already, since we have our last building, right? And now that we're in the atomic via atomic theory, the decision we need to make now is, how are we going to win the game? What is our victory type? Because since we have all our necessary buildings, the only thing to look forward to at this point is winning the game. If we're going to go science, what we need to do is push satellites for, again, rocketry, Apollo program, satellites, Hubble Space Telescope, as well as cockpit and revealing the map. From there, we can push into nanotech for spaceships at robotics into that part, as well as potentially the Great Firewall if you're looking at tourism defense. From there into advanced ballistics, right, for nuclear plants, as well as, again, you know, the 3 boosters, because it's 3 boosters as opposed to only 1 cockpit and stasis chamber, and then from there into particle physics. That is if you are pushing science. If you are pushing culture, tourism, you need to work on pushing the internet, right? If you haven't gone up the top of the tree thus far, you need to go to the internet, as that just blatantly outright doubles tourism, and then as well as gives you key access to key tourism wonders, right? Sydney is pretty good. CN Tower is pretty good. The National Visitor Center is vital, again, on top of hotels, right? Which we build at refrigeration. And again, you know, once, and then internet, obviously. And then after internet, just airports, really. So, but internet is 100% more vital, especially with everything else you get at the top of the tree. And then if you're going diplomacy, globalization. By that point, you should kind of do what we're doing now and working our way on getting allied with every city-state. And then it's something to where when you reach globalization, you switch your spies, you switch your spies to delegates in every other civilization's capital or diplomats, because you'll get a bonus 5 votes from that. So, again, basically, this is the point. Once you reach plastics, and really, honestly, it could just be plastics, you know, but really when you hit atomic theory, that's kind of at that point when you're looking into the end game, like late game, and basically your victory condition and type. Ideally, you have your victory condition decided by this point, but if you haven't, let's say, I mean, funny enough, we can kind of probably go for any victory condition we want. We might inadvertently win tourism. Like, we might inadvertently win tourism. We might inadvertently win diplomacy, right? But the big thing, and kind of as what a baseline is, right? And since this is a baseline, most likely, you know, unless you have either tourism or diplomacy specifically in mind and set up, you're going to want to push for science. So what we're going to do is, again, I kind of went through and explained, all right, this is how the late game is going to work, you know, and this is what just we're looking at for that. Realistically, though, kind of the big thing and what that all stems from, right, is, all right, again, tourism and diplomacy, just like Liberty, again, very situational, right? Mostly like 5% of the time, and you usually know that you're doing that specifically. If not, your best bet's just science, is you can just push science and then do that all yourself, as opposed to needing to worry about what other players are doing. So, I do find this funny. But again, with that, that marks an end for the modern era part, and now chances are I'm just gonna do this last bit all in one go from here to the end of the game. Is again, you know, atomic era and then just informational, right? Similar to, let's say, Renaissance and industrial, right? You know, kind of fall under that same category. So with that, that's really all I've got for this one. So see you in the next one.